Good morning. Greetings, friends, and welcome to Brightside, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado, registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to the Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on the Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 27 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity, skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human biological system is a healing system. It's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing system a miracle, it really is no miracle at all. It is simply the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we want to hear from you. We welcome your phone calls at 855-660-4261. That's 855-660-4261. Try to give us a call early in the program so we can get to as many calls as possible. I hate leaving folks on hold. We always seem to do that. 855-660-4261 is your call-in number if you have questions about the longevity products or ingredients or formulations or skincare issues. If you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you. 855-660-4261 is our number on the Bright Side. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear us recommend or advertise, you can head over to my website, brightsideben.com, pull down on the shopping cart. All the products are up, including my personal favorite, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and now Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 with prebiotics and probiotics. It's GMO-free, still loaded with great nutrients, especially water-soluble nutrients and fatty nutrients as well. Vitamins A and E and D, all made water-soluble for easy absorption. If you're dealing with a gallbladder problem, if you've had your gallbladder removed, if you have any digestive issues, you want to start using the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Its liquid format means it goes right to work. It bypasses digestive problems. Most folks will notice results within 1 or 2 doses, and I'm talking results like more energy, feeling better, weight loss, getting off of your prescription meds. It's just a great supplement. I've been using it now in one form or another for almost 17 years. I've been seeing the results for almost 17 years. If you haven't given it a shot yet, it's only $50 a canister. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family, really, to at least try the stuff out. You can find out all about it at brightsideben.com. And if you want to join the Brightside Ben team, you can click on the Join the Team link on the upper left-hand corner of the page. You can always call the Brightside Ben phone team as well if you have questions. Their number is 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. And I also want to encourage you to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories as well as blog posts. Thank you to my webmaster, Robert Lundgren, who does such a fine job at pharmacistben.com. All right, so we've been hitting the immune system really hard here. The immune system and the inflammatory system, same idea. Inflammation is immunity. Inflammation is defense. We've been talking how all of this regards the skin. If you have rashes or breakouts or pimples or little hard bumps on the skin, those are called milia or keratoses. You want to think about what is getting into your system that's activating this immune/inflammatory response. This idea of inflammation is really important to get our minds around if we're going to be if we're going to be able to reverse or correct a health condition, if we're just going to understand how the body works. Number one, because of the important relationship between inflammation/immunity/defensive responses and I mean all health issues. And given that the body is a perfect system, the human biological system is perfectamundo. It is perfect. It is finely tuned. It is refined. It has been crafted by millions of years of evolutionary forces and divine intelligence. Given that the body is this perfect system, doesn't it make sense that if we have any kind of disease state, if we have any kind of malfunctioning in the body, that it would have to do with something that's coming into the body from the outside, some kind of attacking agent? The body is a closed system, and it is perfect, my friends. It does trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions, countless amounts of chemical reactions. Hundreds of thousands of chemicals are produced by every single one of the trillions of cells every minute of the day. This is a perfect system that is staggering and beyond comprehension in its amazingness and complexity. That means that if something is messed up in the system, something has gotten into it. Something has gotten into it from the outside. That's why I say that if we have a health challenge, we're dealing with some kind of defensive response to an offending agent. Number two, this idea of inflammation and immunity and defensive responses, this idea of inflammation being associated with all health issues is important because of how unobvious and counterintuitive inflammatory processes are. This is the idea that we talk about all the time on the Brightside of micro-inflammation, microscopic inflammation. You very rarely hear about this. The average, typical, conventional medical representative, be it a doctor, nurse, or dietitian, will all tell you about inflammation. They all say, oh, inflammation, you got to worry about inflammation, there's inflammatory factors, etc. And this is pretty obvious. Macro-inflammation, but the real problem is microscopic, invisible inflammation. And remember, inflammation is a barricading, a beaver's dam, a protective response, a walling off of toxicity, or a walling off of dead cells, or a walling off of defective cells. And this microinflammation occurs at the teeny tiny level of a cell, and it requires inference. You got to use your mind's eye. You got to use your imagination to understand how this is all occurring. So number one, this idea of inflammation is difficult and important to get our minds around because it's related to all disease, and I'm talking everything from something as minor as a pimple to as major as cancer. Micro-inflammation, immunity, defensive response is behind everything. And number two, it's counterintuitive. You got to use your imagination. You got to use your mind's eye to picture how this is all occurring. Well, we've said so many times on this program, on the bright side, all disease is cell disease. But to really understand what this means, we got to use our imagination. We got to use our X-ray vision, our mind's eye, to picture the body as a composite of, just like raisin bread is a composite, the human body is a composite. Organs, structures, glands, systems, the whole thing is a composition of raisins and bread. Or more accurately in the body, cells and stuff. It's made like raisin bread. Just like if you look at a slice of raisin bread, you see raisins and bread. The body's the same way, except the raisins are cells and the bread is stuff. Okay, it's not stuff. It's extracellular matrix, or it's the matrix. I'm going to call it stuff. And the cells are embedded in the stuff like raisins are embedded in bread. Really, the cells blend into the bread, so that there's not much, there's a very fine distinction between the cells and the bread, but for our purposes, we'll call it raisins and bread, cells and stuff, and it's the interface between the raisins and the bread, the juncture, the meeting point between the raisins and the bread, between the cells and the stuff. Where the edge of the cell meets the stuff, where the raisin meets the bread, where the cell meets the stuff, this is where disease begins, and I'm talking all disease, at the juncture of the cell and the stuff. Why is this important? Because no drugs can help you here. No surgical procedures can help you here. No doctor can help you here. No pharmacist can help you here. No representative of this corrupt, money-grubbing, predatory medical model can help you here. But we can help ourselves. We have power over this interface between the cells and the stuff. This juncture, this meeting point between cells and stuff, raisins and bread, is literally a tiny sliver. I mean tiny. Sliver of tissue, of atomic or molecular matter that we call the cell membrane. We'll finish up when we come back from our break. Hang tight. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You are listening to the Brightside on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back after this.
My name is Kay Swirling, and I am in the early part of my 10th decade. I want to discuss the issue of pharmaceuticals versus minerals and vitamin supplements. I remember a discussion between my mother and me. It was at that time that canned vegetables and fruits were introduced into the U.S. market. It was some time before my mother and others felt comfortable with food in cans. That was also the time when drugstores offered for sale cough syrup and aspirins and not much else. Let's fast forward to this decade, the here and now. Simple drugstores are large corporations with the message that they are the ones who have the power to cure human ills. Meanwhile, the battle continues with minerals and vitamins being the answer to human ills. Who will win the battle? I believe and hope it will be the belief in the power of vitamins and minerals over that of the toxic chemicals in prescription drugs. What do you think?
Quantitative easing, unemployment at depression levels, Europe financial system falling apart, China getting out of U.S. treasuries. At the end of 2008, the time of TARP, the national debt was at $11 trillion, gold trading around $850 per ounce. Close to 2012, the national debt exceeded $16.4 trillion, gold doubled to $1,600 per ounce. The $20 trillion threshold for the national debt is inevitable. Politicians in Washington have a ferocious appetite for spending and stimulus. What's worse, a printing press to finance. 100 years ago, we had a gold standard to limit this madness, but now you have to adopt your own gold standard. Don't be fooled with paper promises. Get Midas Resources 10 Reasons to Buy Gold free by calling 800-686-2237. Understanding the gold and silver market may be the only insurance you could have to avoiding the next economic crisis. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order your free copy. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
Great news, pure water lovers. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has a special discount offer for all GCN listeners. You can't do better than a Big Berkey for economy. For only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. There's none better than a Big Berkey for emergency preparedness as a backup water source. And you just can't beat a Big Berkey to remove dangerous chlorine, all types of fluoride, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, parasites, and unhealthy byproducts from municipal water. Berkey water filter systems are even powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. For the gold standard in water filters, get a Big Berkey at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And all GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. For details, call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Curious about what comes next? Next is the feeling of vulnerability you get after you arrive home to discover your house has been ransacked by burglars. Fool the bad guys with a new improved fake TV. You asked for it, we listened, and we made our new fake TV 3 times brighter than our previous model. The brightness of our new fake TV is equivalent to a 40-inch TV. It simulates the color and motion of a real TV while you're away from home. And when burglars think someone is home watching television, they're likely to pass your house and move on to an easier target. The new, brighter fake TV is only $39.95 and includes free shipping. Go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. That's 877-532-5388 or go to faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
We are the premier independent talk radio network, the Genesis Communications Network, GC.
All right, we are back on the Brightside Brightside. I am your host, Pharmacist Ben. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific, 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on the archive page at brightsideben.com. Got 3 years of archives up at brightsideben.com. Lots of great health information. If you want to search any particular topic, if you're interested in checking out a specific formulation or disease state or something that we talked about, you can go over to benfuchsarchives.com. Thank you to Peter in the UK for setting that up. And if you want to purchase any of the longevity products, you can either call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, or you can head over to